All right, 6 pounds of our canned green beans drained. Now I have my baby potatoes washed and ready to go in our crock pot with our green beans. Yummy. Now I have a beef kielbasa sausage, and we're gonna go ahead and cut our sausage into small pieces into our crock pot with our green beans and our potatoes. This is such an easy and delicious dinner in the crock pot that everyone will love. Now I use the canned green beans, but you can use fresh, you can use frozen, you can use whatever you like. And those potatoes are just gonna go beautifully with the sausage and the green beans. So let's go ahead and get these all chopped up into small coins so that we can get this cooking. Yummy. It smells so delicious.
Yum.
And then I do have a second one that I'm just gonna cut up real quick. All right, we're almost done cutting up that second one. Oh, delicious. Now I have here some slivered onions. This is about 1 onion that we're gonna put in there. Now, if you don't like onions, you can skip this, but you know I love the onions. Ooh, and I did buy them pre-cut because I hate crying, okay? Don't judge me. Now I have my minced garlic. You can use fresh if you prefer, but I love the convenience of the minced. And we're gonna add a few scoops of that. About 2 tablespoons should be perfect for the amount of food we're cooking. Now for seasoning, we're gonna start off with some red pepper flakes, and we're gonna add a generous amount to make sure that everything gets a little bit of that kick from the red pepper. I love using red pepper for this recipe because it really just ties everything together with that sausage, the green beans, and those potatoes. I know it seems like I'm seasoning it too much, but I'm not, I promise you. You wanna make sure that you have that flavor in there, so do not skimp on the red peppers. All right, now I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, freshly grated in there. Add as much or as little as you like, but this is an 8 quarts crock pot, so we really need to make sure that we season everything heavy. So this is my pepper that we're gonna freshly grate in there, and this one's a little bit tougher to get out, but we wanna make sure that we add a lot of pepper because it's gonna complement all of those flavors. We wanna make sure we can see that pepper on there. All right, I think that is ready. So I have my big spoon here, and it is time to give this a mix. Be extra careful, make sure nothing pops out of the crock pot, but we wanna make sure that everything gets coated in the seasoning and that garlic, and it just gets well combined together. Okay, that looks perfectly mixed. You can see all that red pepper, the green beans. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab our lid, and this baby is gonna go on high. All right, it's been 4 hours on high. Let's go ahead and turn this off and check out our dinner. Ooh, it smells so good. Okay, let's give it a quick little stir so you can see all that delicious. Oh, look, the potato is falling apart. So that's how you know they're perfectly cooked. And the potatoes are the main reason why we cook it for 4 hours, but everything just gets better in the slow cooker. So I am excited. Look at all that garlic and red pepper flakes. Cannot wait to give this a try. Whew, I need some more potatoes. Looks so good. The onions are perfectly cooked. All right, let's check out this potato. Ooh, cuts with a fork. That's what we were looking for. All right. It's gonna be really hot.
Is it good?
That is so tasty. Oh my goodness. You guys are gonna love this. All right, we're starting off with 2 packages of our little smokies. Next, I'm coming in with my pound of cooked ground beef. All right, in there, I drained all the grease. Yummy, and this is all in our greased crock pot. And I had a couple of pieces of bacon in my fridge, so I cooked them up and chopped them. This is about 6 pieces. Yummy. Now I'm gonna come in with my Sweet Baby Ray's, and we're gonna add about 1 cup to 2 cups of our barbecue sauce in with all of our meats. You can use whatever barbecue sauce you like, but Sweet Baby Ray's is just always, you know, a classic favorite. So I think that looks like just enough Oh, and it smells so good. We're gonna go ahead and give this a good, healthy mix so that all of our meats get covered in barbecue sauce. And if you mix it and you feel like it needs more barbecue sauce, just go on and add a little bit more, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh, there we go. We want this to be extra barbecue-y. Oh, smells good, looks good. And what we add on top of this is just gonna make it 10 times better. Okay, let's go ahead and flatten that out. Yummy. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna move my crock pot a little bit to the side and bring in a big bowl and a spoon. And I have here my Southern cornbread muffin mix. And we're gonna go ahead and take that bag out, and we're gonna use this whole bag of muffin mix. And then next I'm gonna grab 1 stick of melted butter, pour it right in there. I'm gonna keep my measuring cup out, and I'm gonna bring in my milk because we're gonna do 1 cup of milk. No point in dirtying another measuring cup. And we're gonna add that right into our bowl. And of course, we cannot forget our egg. We're just gonna add 1 egg, and then our cornbread is ready. Now you could add some jalapenos to this. You could add some cream cheese. You can kind of customize it to your liking, but I'm gonna keep it really simple so that everyone can enjoy the, real fresh flavors of cornbread. Obviously, you could make a homemade cornbread if you didn't wanna do the box mix. This is my first time trying the crusties or whatever, Southern cornbread. I'm hoping it's gonna be delicious. It looks delicious. I usually just go for the Jiffy or the Dolly Parton, but the Dolly Parton one is a sweet cornbread, and I definitely wanted a savory. So let's go ahead and just make sure this gets all mixed together so it can go in our crock pot. Yummy. All right, this is ready. Let's go ahead and bring back our crock pot. I go ahead and pour that right on top of our little smokies, our ground beef, and our bacon. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this. It's gonna be so delicious. Now, if you don't have a crock pot, you can make this in the oven. It'll be just as delicious, but my oven is full right now, so I decided to try this out in the crock pot, and I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. And we're just gonna smooth that out so that it is a nice layer on top of our crock pot. Oh my, I cannot wait. That barbecue smells so good. I just absolutely love Sweet Baby Ray's. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure all of our little smokies and our meat is covered. And this is gonna be a thin layer of cornbread, so it's gonna cook relatively fast, which is the best part. Yummy. Okay, it looks absolutely delicious. One last thing we're gonna add is some cheese. This is the triple cheddar, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And I'm just gonna do a nice little sprinkle on top. We're not gonna use the whole bag because I don't want it to only taste like cheese, but I definitely want a little kick of cheese because you guys know cheese is my favorite. I think we're probably gonna use like about half the bag. I think that seems like it's gonna be the right amount. Yummy. Okay, this is ready. We're gonna go ahead and put our lid on, and we are gonna pop this on high. Yum. All right, it's been 2.5 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off, and let's check it out. Oh my. Whoa. That looks so good, you guys. Okay, it is time to dig in. Oh, the cornbread's perfectly cooked.
I can smell the barbecue.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna try to spatula it out. Oh, look how perfectly cooked the cornbread is. Oh, yeah.
That looks delicious, babe. Wow.
It looks so good. I do see a few little burnt pieces, but the middle is absolutely perfection, and that's all that matters. Okay.
It's what's on in the inside,
Oh, that looks like a perfect bite. Oh my.
Is it good?
It is delicious. You guys gotta try it. All right, we started off with 10 sausage hot links in our crock pot. This is the Italian sausage. We're just gonna make sure that they're not on the sides and in the center. Next, I'm coming in with 2 jars of our traditional marinara, and we're gonna pour that right on top of our sausages. This is gonna be a super easy, super delicious crock pot dinner. You can use whatever marinara you like, or you can make it homemade. Next, I'm coming in with some sliced onions. We want equivalent to 2 onions sliced. Get all that out. Ooh, so potent and delicious. Make sure we kind of spread those. Yum. Next, I have 1 green bell pepper that I sliced up, and we're just gonna kind of place these right here. You can use whatever color you like. I'm gonna use a few different colors because that's what's really gonna bring in those flavors. I have an orange bell pepper that we're gonna place right here. Yummy, so delicious and so easy. Last one is some yellow bell pepper. We're just gonna make sure it fits right here. You don't really need to compartmentalize your bell peppers. I'm just doing it because it's convenient. Next, I'm bringing in my fennel seeds, and we're just gonna do a nice sprinkle of these fennel seeds. Fennel seeds go great with sausage, which is why I like to add it. But if you don't like it or have never had it before, you can totally skip it. Nice little sprinkle. Next, I'm coming in with some black pepper. Yummy, so easy and so delicious. I know I say yummy a lot, but that's because everything I make is so delicious. Now I'm gonna grab some garlic powder. I think I'm gonna use the last of this because there's only like a few teaspoons of it left, and this is a big crock pot.
I was gonna use that in my recipe, babe.
We have a second one.
Oh, good.
All right, and then lastly, we're gonna add some onion powder, and you can season this however you like. I'm just seasoning it how I like it. All right, that is it, you guys. Let's go ahead and put our lid on, and we're gonna pop this on high so that I can cook as fast as possible. All right, you guys, it's been 3 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off, and let's check it out. Woo!
Oh, wow.
That steam, you can tell those peppers are fully cooked. Oh my God, let's go ahead and give this a nice little mix. Oh, you can see those sausages on the bottom. I'm way too excited.
I'm excited to see the sausage.
Woo! Got a little on my face. All right, I have my bun here. Let's go ahead and get our sausage. Oh, so good. And then you're just gonna grab your onions and peppers. Oh, doesn't that look amazing?
Oh, it looks fantastic. Holy moly.
Oh, yeah. All right, and it's time to give it a try.
Is it good?
Look how juicy it is. It's incredible. 2 bags of our frozen Homestyle meatballs. Now I'm gonna add some baby carrots right in our crock pot with our frozen meatballs. You can do homemade meatballs if you prefer. And then I have a couple stalks of celery that we diced up that we're putting in there as well. This is gonna be a super easy and super delicious crock pot dinner. I'm coming in with my large spoon so that we can give this a toss and get everything incorporated in our delicious crock pot dinner. Ooh, that celery smells strong, but I think it's gonna add some great flavor to this easy dinner. So quick, just a few ingredients, and everyone will love it. Okay, once we have that nice and tossed, we can kind of move our crock pot a little bit to the side and bring 2 cups of cold water. And I'm gonna grab 2 packets of my brown gravy. I'm using the 30% less sodium. And we're gonna add both packets of our gravy right into our cold water. We gotta make sure to give this a good mix before we put it into our crock pot. That entails that our gravy will be made properly. So we got 1 and then 2 packets right here. And we're using a little bit less water than it says to because we wanna make sure that there's not too much moisture in the crock pot, otherwise it won't thicken up. All right. And I'm using the less sodium because everything has plenty of sodium these days. And I'm gonna grab my whisk and we're gonna mix that together until it is well combined. I love this brown gravy, but just like with the meatballs, you can do your own homemade, but these packets pretty much taste homemade to me.
Oh, this smells delicious.
Oh yeah. All right, that looks mixed well enough. We're gonna bring back our crock pot and we're gonna drizzle this on top of our meatballs and our veggies. We're kind of going for like a pot roast kind of dinner aspect, but instead of a pot roast, we are using our meatballs. These meatballs are super cheap, super delicious, and my family really enjoys them. Now for some extra seasoning, I'm gonna grab my onion soup mix, and that's part of the reason why we did the low sodium gravies, because there's plenty of sodium in this soup mix, and this is just gonna go right on top. You don't need to mix it in. We're just gonna do it just like that, one whole packet, perfect. And I have an 8 quarts crock pot, so it can fit a lot. Last thing we're gonna add is our salted butter, and I did cut these into tablespoons. And we're just gonna go ahead and place these pieces here and there on top of everything. This will melt and help add some great flavor to our dish. But that is it. That's all you need for this super easy crock pot dinner. And for this one, we're actually gonna put it on low so it can cook slow and low and get nice and juicy. All right, so it's been 3 hours on low, and I did mix it halfway. Before we open this up, I am going to bring in my Bob Evans mashed potatoes because I love serving this with some mashed potatoes. And we're gonna grab our scoop, and we're gonna grab a nice serving of our mashed potatoes. I'm probably gonna do 2 scoops because I love mashed potatoes. Move that back to the side. We have this ready, and let's open this up. Whoo, this smells so good. Let's give it a mix. Oh my, those carrots are nice and soft. The meatballs are a little tender. Oh my goodness. Looks so good. Oh my goodness. We got those delicious juices on the bottom. So let's go ahead and serve this up. Oh yeah. Right on that mashed potatoes. Lots of liquid, lots of veggies. This is gonna be incredible. Another carrot, and dinner is ready. Let's just check out these meatballs. Woo! Oh yeah, so tender. All right, let's give it a try. Oh my goodness, that is so good. Wow, you guys are gonna love this. All right, we're starting off with 36 ounces of our cauliflower in our crock pot. I have here 16 ounces of sharp cheddar that I grated myself because we want to make sure it gets nice and melty and shredded. And we're just spreading that evenly on top of our cauliflower. We got to mask that healthy flavor. Just kidding. But this is going to be such an easy, cheesy, delicious lunch or dinner, whatever you want to make it for, that everyone will love. So we're getting that whole 16 ounces of cheddar in there, and you can use whatever cheese you like, Colby Jack, mozzarella, but I love cheddar for this. Now I'm coming in with some cream cheese, and we're putting 2 blocks of cream cheese right on top of our cheddar cheese for this delicious dinner. Now I have some thick cut bacon that I cooked up, and we're gonna grab our bacon, grab a few pieces at a time. I'm gonna use about 6 slices of bacon for this, and we're gonna chop up our bacon right into our crock pot, right on top of that cream cheese. Oh my goodness, I mean cheese, bacon, cream cheese, cauliflower. I think you guys can get the vibe. It is gonna be so tasty. This is one of my husband's favorite dishes because you sneak in your veggies in there, but it tastes amazing. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of our bacon in there. All right, so I actually ended up using 8 slices of cooked bacon because the more bacon, the better. Last thing we're gonna add to this is some diced jalapeno, and this is 1 large jalapeno without the seeds to make sure it's not too hot, but we're gonna add all of that jalapeno right on top of that. Oh yeah, just a few ingredients all in our crock pot for this delicious meal. I am so excited. All right, now this is ready to start cooking. We're gonna go ahead and put our lid on, and we're gonna pop this on high until this is nice and ready. All right, we're at the halfway point with this, and we're gonna give this a good mix to make sure our cheese doesn't burn. But that cauliflower still needs some extra time to cook, and look, some of that cheese hasn't melted yet, but that cream cheese is already on its way, but you can tell that things are getting stuck on the side, so we gotta make sure that you give this halfway mix so that everything gets evenly cooked and evenly distributed. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. I cannot wait for everything else to get ready because it smells incredible.
Yum.
All right, that looks mixed well enough. We're gonna go ahead and put our lid back on and let this finish cooking. All right, it's been 3 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off, and I mixed it after each hour, so I've mixed it twice already. Oh my goodness. Our cauliflower bacon jalapeno mac and cheese, that's what I'm calling this, is looking incredible. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to try this. Just giving it one last stir. It smells amazing. That cauliflower is beautifully cooked. Obviously, you could do this recipe with real noodles, but this is gluten-free, it's healthier, and it still tastes amazing. Smells so good. I'm just gonna top this off with a little bit of dried chives. This is optional, that's why I'm gonna put it on the side for my guests. And then I have another slice of bacon that I'm just gonna crumble right on top as well. Okay, that looks perfect. Oh. All right, it's gonna be really hot, but really tasty. I'm gonna kind of cut my cauliflower in half so I don't get too big of a piece.
Is it good?
That is so good. Oh my goodness. Wow. You guys are gonna love this. All right, we started off with 2 bottles of our Parmesan garlic buffalo wild wing sauce. Next, I'm coming in with my 4 large chicken breasts, and we're gonna place these right on top of that sauce in our crock pot. All right, and this was about 3 pounds of chicken in breasts. Now I'm gonna grab 1 8-ounce block cream cheese, 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese right on top of that chicken and that sauce. This is gonna be so easy and so delicious. Next, I'm coming in with 2 cans of my Rotel, and we're gonna put that right on top. Oh, these flavors are gonna go so incredible. The Rotel is optional, but I think it adds a great flavor to it. Now, to loosen up the sauces in the Rotel, I have 1 can of chicken broth, and this is 14 ounces, and we're gonna use this whole can, pour it right on top. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so easy and so delicious. Next, I'm coming in with some Parmesan cheese, and we're gonna do, a cup of Parmesan. This is gonna be delicious. You can use mozzarella if you don't wanna do Parmesan, but I think Parmesan goes so great with those other flavors. Now it's time to season. I have some garlic salt here, and we're gonna sprinkle that right in there. You could do garlic powder if you don't want too much sodium, but I think garlic salt is delicious. All right. Now, of course, we have to do our classics like black pepper. You can season this however you like. Last seasoning I'm gonna add is some onion powder. It's gonna go great with those other flavors, the Parmesan garlic, yum, yum, yum. Okay, this is ready to start cooking. We are gonna go ahead and put our lid on and pop this on high. All right, it's been 4 hours on high. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and let's check it out. Woo!
Wow.
Steam, it smells absolutely incredible. Now we do need to shred up that chicken, so I have my hand mixer here, and we're gonna go ahead and put it right in our crock pot and turn it on. We'll start it off slow so that we don't make a mess, but we're just gonna go ahead and shred our chicken. Ooh, look at it go. Ooh, I don't want it to spill or splash.
I'm in the splash zone too.
Oh, there we go.
Gosh, that looks crazy. That's cool.
So we're just shredding up our chicken and kind of mixing everything together. This is gonna be so amazing. It smells incredible. That rotel, the cream cheese, the Parmesan garlic sauce. This is gonna be so delicious. All right, look at all that chicken. It's shredded up perfectly. Now you can remove the chicken and shred it with some forks if that's what you choose, but this is just so much quicker. And look how delicious that looks. All right, now I have 1 box of cooked rotini pasta that we're gonna go ahead and pour right into our chicken garlic parmesan. Ooh, this is gonna be the best pasta you've ever had. All right, let's mix it all together.
Wow, this looks fantastic, babe. It smells amazing too.
Oh my goodness, it does not get any better than this. Okay, I think it's time to try it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. You got a bowl?
Okay, I have my bowl here, and I'm gonna scoop all that goodness right in there. Doesn't it look so good?
Wow, I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
You can even top it with more Parmesan if that's your style, and it will get a little bit thicker as it sits too, so if you wanted to let it sit for like 10 minutes before digging in, you totally can. That is way too good. Oh my gosh, you have to try it. All right, that was 2 pounds of our beef stew meat in our crock pot. I'm instantly gonna come in with my diced red potatoes, and we're gonna put those right into our crock pot with our beef. I have here some carrot slices that we're gonna put in there as well. You can add whatever veggies you like. This is just what I like. Then I have half of a yellow onion that I diced. We're gonna put that in there as well. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be such an easy and delicious crock pot meal, perfect for the cooler weather that's creeping up on us. So easy, so delicious. Just throw it all in your crock pot. Now I'm bringing in 2 cans of our Rotel Original, and we're just gonna put that right on top. Oh my goodness, Rotel is one of my favorite things in the whole world. For this stew, we're going with some more Mexican inspired flavors. So I'm gonna add this whole package of taco seasoning. I'm using the hot and spicy, but you can use whatever taco seasoning you like. I just like a little bit of heat with my stew, so that's why I went with this. Now, this wouldn't be a dinner in my house without a little bit of minced garlic. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of garlic, maybe a little tablespoon and a half, because you guys know I love my garlic.
It smells so good, though.
Right? Now, for this one, we're gonna add about 2 bay leaves into our crock pot. This will just help with all these delicious flavors that are going on. Don't need too many, or what do you think, 2?
I think 4.
4? Okay.
Honestly. You have a lot of meat in there.
I know, right? 2 pounds, you guys. Okay, so we're doing 4 bay leaves in there. This is gonna be incredible. Now, to add on to those Mexican-inspired flavors, we're gonna do a little bit of cilantro. If cilantro tastes funny to you, you can skip it, but I personally love the taste of cilantro. Oh my goodness, look at all those colors in our crock pot. Now, because this is a stew, we cannot forget our beef broth. And we're gonna start off with 1 can of beef broth right into our crock pot. And then we're gonna add a half of a second can. So 1.5 cans of our beef broth right into our crock pot.
Yeah, we can give the rest to the dogs.
Yeah, something like that. And then I'm gonna bring back in my tongs and give this a nice kind of toss so that everything gets seasoned, everything gets coated in the taco seasoning, in the beef broth, in the rotel, in everything. We just want it to be nice and combined together because it's gonna be delicious. And I know it looks like it might not be enough liquid, but as this cooks, the tomatoes will release more liquid, the condensation from the crock pot will give us more liquid, and this will be perfectly cooked. Oh my, I'm way too excited, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and put our lid on, and we are gonna pop this on high. All right, it's been 4 hours on high. Oh my goodness. Now this isn't ready yet. We do need to make sure that we thicken up our stew. Right now it's a little too loose, but all of those potatoes and The beef looks perfectly cooked, so I'm just gonna bring in my cornstarch, and I'm gonna leave my cornstarch right here because we also need some cold water. And we're gonna add a tablespoon of cornstarch to our cold water. And this is gonna help thicken up our stew. Super easy, just 2 ingredients you already have in your house. Just mix that together, and then we're gonna pour it into our stew and give it another stir so that we can get it thickened. Perfect. Okay, give this a nice little stir, and then we're gonna let it sit for a couple minutes so that it can really get thick. All right, that looks like it's mixed. Put the lid back on and wait those few minutes. All right, we can finally turn this off. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn it on warm so it can stay warm. But our stew is ready. Oh my gosh, it smells delicious. So good, you guys. Oh, it didn't get as thick as I hoped, but you know what? I can't wait any longer. Let's go ahead and serve it up. Oh. So this is gonna be incredible. We got that beef, we got the broth, we got the potatoes, the carrots, everything that's good. Be careful, it's gonna be really hot. Oh my gosh. It's so good, you guys. All right, we're starting off with our Sweet Baby Rays in our crock pot. Now I'm gonna grab my chicken breast. I have 4 chicken breasts. This is about 3 pounds of chicken that we're gonna add right into our barbecue sauce. This is gonna be such a delicious and easy lunch. It's great for the upcoming football season, and your husband will love it. After my chicken, I'm gonna grab my Worcestershire sauce or wash your sister sauce, whatever you guys call it, I don't judge. And we are gonna add a nice little sprinkle into our crock pot with our chicken and barbecue sauce. We add about 4 tablespoons. Now, of course, we need to add a little bit of sweetness. That barbecue does not have enough, so we're gonna add some brown sugar. We're gonna add about 4 tablespoons of brown sugar too. Make sure that you don't have any big chunks because we want this just to meld beautifully with all those other flavors. Oh my goodness. Now, if you don't like the extra sweetness, you can totally skip the brown sugar, but I am not gonna skip it because I love the flavors they bring. Okay, that looks like enough. Now we're gonna season this. I have some onion powder. We're gonna add a lot of onion powder because this is a lot of chicken. I'm gonna use whatever was left in there. This is probably about a tablespoon. And then we're gonna add some black pepper. Probably gonna add a good amount of this. We might be tapping that out as well.
Whoa, that's a lot of pepper.
That's a lot of chicken. So we gotta do a restock on the black pepper. Now, some garlic powder. You guys know, can't make anything without some garlic in there. Okay.
Please don't use that whole thing.
I will only do a tablespoon of that as well. Now, of course, we gotta add a little bit of saltiness. That's just gonna help bring out all the flavors. So let's go ahead and get it on the little sprinkle section and then do a nice light sprinkle of salt. Ooh, this looks absolutely incredible. I'm gonna bring back my tongs and give this a nice little flip so that we get all those flavors throughout our chicken. Oh my goodness, this looks incredible. Now, usually I add a little bit of Italian dressing to this, but I didn't have any in my fridge and I forgot to grab it at the store. So we're doing without it today. But if you guys make this recipe, you should try it with the Italian dressing as well. Just add a cup of that with this. Okay, that looks like it's ready to start cooking. I'm gonna grab my lid, pop that on, and of course, we're setting it on high so it can cook as fast as possible. All right, it's been 3.5 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off and let's check it out. Ooh, that smells incredible, you guys. All right, now I did say this is a game day lunch, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my hand mixer and we're gonna shred this chicken. Turn it on.
Am I in the splash zone?
Nah, I got you. And we're gonna shred this this chicken, just put it up against, oh, see how it just shreds so beautifully? That's how you know it's cooked perfectly. Want to make sure to shred all of those chicken breasts. Granted, I think I did put a little too much barbecue sauce, but I think it's still gonna be incredible. A little barbecue sauce never hurt anybody, right?
Yeah, I love barbecue sauce. I thought you put a perfect amount.
Oh my goodness, look at our beautiful pulled chicken. Let's go ahead and turn off our mixer. And this is ready for game day. I personally love some red onions with barbecue and chicken, so I'm gonna use this whole entire container of red onions. And we are just gonna go ahead and mix that together. I like raw onions, which is why I'm adding it in now instead of, while I was cooking. But if you like cooked onions, you can do some white onions and add them while they cook. Okay, that looks absolutely delicious. We're gonna go ahead and move this to the side. And I'm gonna bring over my gourmet buns. And I already split these so that we can make some delicious sandwiches for our upcoming football. Me and my husband, we're going to the 49ers versus Raiders game next week, and we're so excited for football season. So of course I had to share a football inspired recipe. Let's go ahead and take the tops off for now. And then let's grab our pulled chicken and let's fill up our sandwiches. And while these are still hot, I'm gonna grab some extra sharp cheddar cheese slices, and we are gonna put a slice of cheese on each of our shredded chicken barbecue sandwiches, because what is a sandwich without some cheese? Now you can use whatever cheese you want. You can skip the cheese, keep it simple. You can add some cold slaw, whatever you like. I'm gonna finish this off with some pickle ovals. And of course we gotta add pickles onto each of our little sandwiches. It just adds the best flavor that you could ask for. I'm gonna add like 2 pickles on each one. Finish up this jar that I had just sitting in my fridge. Oh my goodness, doesn't it look incredible?
Oh, I love pickles.
All right, let's put our buns on, our tops on, and then give this a try. Oh yeah, look how good these look. You can even pop them in the oven to get that cheese to melt super quick, but you guys know I like things quick and easy, and I'm not gonna complain if my cheese is not melted yet. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh my God. Messy, but delicious. All right, we are starting off with 1 family-size can of cream of chicken. Go ahead and get all of that out of the can. Delicious. Now I'm coming in with my 3 large chicken breasts, and we're gonna put that right on top of that cream of chicken. Perfect. This is a super easy and super delicious crock-pot dinner that you can just set it and forget it. We're just adding our seasoning, a little bit of pepper. We're gonna add some garlic powder. I'm not gonna add any salt because that cream of chicken has enough sodium for this dish. Ooh, okay. Now my last seasoning I'm gonna add is some onion powder. This is gonna be so good, you guys. It is a twist on a classic, and I think you guys are really gonna love it because my family eats it up.
Yeah, we love this.
All right, now we are gonna come in with our chicken broth, and we're not gonna use too much of this. We just wanna make sure we get like a nice, creamy texture with that cream of chicken and with the broth.
So can you use any form of broth here, or chicken broth's preferred?
I think since it's all chicken broth is the way to go.
Understood.
All right, now for our last ingredient for now, we're gonna get our mixed vegetables. I'm using the frozen, you can use canned, you can use fresh, and we're just gonna pour that right on top of the chicken, just like this. Ooh, look how colorful and beautiful that looks. I am so excited. We're not gonna use this whole bag. This is a pretty big bag. I think I'm gonna use about half. But if you love veggies, you could go for it and use the whole bag. All right, now we're just gonna go ahead and kind of just flip those chickens in there. Get a nice little mix with that broth and that cream of chicken, the veggies more incorporated with the rest of the meal. I'm using a spatula. You could use tongs, you could use a wooden spoon. It's really like whatever you have on hand.
Ooh, this is smelling delicious, babe.
Okay, beautiful. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Crockpot lid and we're gonna set this on high. All right, you guys, it's been 4 hours on high. We're gonna go ahead and turn this off now. And if you wanted to do this in the morning and set it on low, you would cook it for 8 hours. Okay, let's go ahead and check it out. Smells so good, you guys. Okay, so we are gonna shred up this chicken because we want it to be nice and creamy and just like the perfect pieces of chicken. So of course, you guys know I'm gonna use my hand mixer, the easiest way to shred your chicken. Be careful though, because it can get a little splashy, but this is super soft chicken, so it should be, oh my gosh, look how it just rips apart. Shred, perfect. Okay, we got one more we want to shred. And see how everything is just mixing together too? The good thing is that like the hand mixer doesn't break apart your veggies either. So if you're worried that, you know, you're gonna ruin your veggies or turn them into mush, it is not happening, you guys. Okay, one more piece. And oh, there we go. We got the most delicious shredded chicken. Woo! Okay, go ahead and turn that off. Looks incredible. Now I want this to be even creamier, so I'm gonna add my 8-ounce sour cream, and we add this after it cooks because we don't want it to curdle. So, but it will still get nice and warm in there because we just turned that crock pot off. Perfect. Use my spatula to just kind of mix that sour cream in there. Oh, now if you don't want that much dairy, you can obviously skip the sour cream thing. And don't you worry, we're gonna grab some biscuits out of the oven that we just put in. All right, I grabbed my Pillsbury biscuits fresh out of the oven, and let's go ahead and get some of that chicken pot pie mixture right on it. Oh my goodness.
That looks delicious, babe.
The best weekday dinner. Oh my gosh. Oh, do you think that's enough?
Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Okay, let me grab a fork. I'm excited. Okay, get a little bit of everything.
I can see the steam. Is it good?
That is perfect.